Detective Bart Fishkill just found out he's the prime suspect in a terror attack on New York City. Working against the clock to prove his innocence, while the whole nation is gripped in fear, on the brink of martial law. We all want justice. Unfortunately for Fishkill, the truth is a tough pill to swallow. He's going to have to use every dirty trick in the book to cram it down America's throat. Let's pray he doesn't have to sell the last sliver of his soul to do it. Will love conquer all? Who knows? But Fishkill will make sure it's one hell of a good fight. Hello. Welcome to the Dan Fogler 4D experience at WonderCon. This is the heavy metal panel spotlight on Fogler's fictions. Go to www.foglersfiction.com for all your Dan Fogler needs, comic books, posters, links to all of my films and television shows. Go to at Fogler's Fictions on Instagram, at Mr. Dan Fogler on Twitter. I am going to let my producer in here. This is Justin Mohlman. He's my producing partner. We met at a San Diego Comic-Con on a heavy metal booth. How many years ago already?
4.
Oh my goodness.
4, and there is many things that happened that trip that we'll talk on a podcast where we can swear.
Oh yeah, exactly. Some other podcast where we can swear. So you and I have worked on several projects together.
Yeah.
One of which
4 big ones.
Yeah. Okay. So we're focusing on the 3 main titles that I have out in comic book stores today. The first title, which is my Twilight Zone homage series, which is Moon Lake, and then we have Brooklyn Gladiator, which is my dystopian sci-fi story, and that is, yes, and all 4 books are out on shelves right now. Simon Beasley is the artist, if you're a Simon Beasley fan. Lobo, heavy metal, basically he's drawn for everybody. And then we're going to be talking about Fishkill first. And that's with Ben Templesmith. That's out in.
You got the same one? Look at that.
What? What are the odds?
I know, right?
Yeah, and here's some more Fishkill. Ben Templesmith. If you're a fan of Ben, which I am, he has done an amazing job on this book. It's getting a lot.
When was your first when did you first become a fan of Ben?
That's an excellent question. So I was actually going to walk through my history of.
We'll wait till he's on stage then.
Yeah, and I think he's just arrived, but it looks like Ben's having a little trouble jumping on here.
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, okay. I'm going to make sure it uses the right webcam thing. Hang on.
Where is your face? We want your face.
I clicked start video.
Okay.
Okay, yes. This is a new computer.
There's Ben.
Benny.
Sorry. This is a new old computer, so everything I had to do the first time.
Well, hey, where are you right now, man?
You mean my mental state, or do you mean my physical state?
Well, yeah. What actual?
I'm in Seattle. I'm in Seattle, and I'm slightly crazy. How you doing?
I'm in the UK going slightly crazy. How about you? How about you, Justin?
I'm in Chicago going slightly crazy, but it's 50 degrees here today, and it's been like -10 for 3 weeks, so it feels like summer.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, we had a nice day here in the UK, a little sun. Welcome to the heavy metal Fogler's Fictions panel at WonderCon. We're here with the amazing Ben Templesmith. And he's
that guy.
That guy. We were just so Ben asked me like what was my introduction? I'm sorry, Justin asked me what was my introduction.
Ben did it too, though.
Okay.
Yeah, what's your introduction?
What's your introduction to you? So my introduction to you, Ben, was 30 Days a Night. Obviously, like a lot of people's introduction. And I was just taken with how scary the vampires were in that. And obviously Hollywood was too, because they made a movie out of it. But Justin was just talking about he was taken with an animatic you did.
Yeah, Dead Space, man. Because I come from video games, and I was just a sucker for once I started hearing about the game Dead Space coming out, and I saw the animatic, all the art that you did for that, just the storytelling. That's what sucked me.
You see that on Xbox Live?
I watched it on YouTube.
Okay, they must have taken it from there.
Yeah,
that was the biggest thing I ever did. That got 2 million downloads, so that's technically the biggest thing I ever did.
Wow,
it was amazing.
Most people saw it. So
yeah, amazing. I mean, like, but it was fun to see. Like, I really want you to see it, Dan, because it just has all these ideas in my head about how we can maybe have someone cut up and do the same thing to the Fishkill stuff, because it just brought us a lot.
Yeah, well, okay, so
that was horrible.
I thought it was fun, man. I loved it.
The only horrible thing was they took some very tiny panels and blew them up big as if they were like main story bits. It's like, that's okay, but it was meant to be a comic first, so
right.
Maybe just focus on the bigger panels.
Hey Ben. Ben, did you see the did you see the motion comic that we made? We're in the middle of making from the reading we did from Fogler's Fiction Fest.
No.
With Kari Payton and Phil Lamar. Phil Lamar is the voice of Samurai Jack, which is my favorite cartoon.
Yeah, that name sounded familiar. Damn. Yeah,
Kari Payton is Cyborg. He also is Ezekiel on The Walking Dead. So for me, that was like all-star cast. It is, in the voiceover world. Those guys are legends, and so I have to send that to you. And so Justin, do you think I send it to you? It's got a couple of curses in it. It's got some cursing in it, but do you think that if we bleep it out, we can show it for this? Think about it.
Whenever you're ready, we can definitely show it. Like, we'll just cut it in.
Okay, cool. So I guess we'll show it and we'll bleep out the cursing, because Ben, we're not allowed to curse at WonderCon. But we have a tally going, because I've already cursed. We had Simon Beasley. He's on next, and of course he curses like a sailor. I mean, so do I. Like, it was.
Just think of the Family Feud, like red X's going right in the middle.
Yeah.
Just swear it in French. It's like wiping your ass with silk.
They're
allowed to say even ass? Probably not.
Man, was that a Matrix line? I like that.
Yes, it was the Merovingian. It's the only line of a movie I ever remember.
Right, isn't that's above the Oracle's door, right? That's the. So hold on.
I'll keep it to a minimum.
What'd you say?
I'll keep it to a minimum.
Yes. Criminal Macabre was the next book where I was just like, holy shit, I like this guy.
Nice. Oh, you followed me. That was the second thing after 30 Days a Night. So.
Yeah. Because I was intrigued, man. And
I was a baby when I did that.
Say it again?
I was a baby when I did that.
Yeah?
I didn't know anything. So I want to redo the art so bad.
Well, man, I enjoyed it.
Good. It did its job.
And let me ask you a question. Would you consider, or is it too much of a painstaking thing to do animation, but would you consider doing animated Fishkill?
I was nearly an art director for an animated series once.
Yeah.
Of another comic I did. That never panned out. But I don't know how to actually animate. I could simply tell people doing it like, okay, it should be a little like that.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's a program I can use, I'd happily figure it out. I know basic editing stuff that I'm learning, but that's about it. But like, I'd never say no, but I have no idea what it would entail. So I'm probably not it's skilled enough.
It's a lot.
You see the movies in your head as you do it,
Yeah.
But translating it is another thing. So.
I thought you were hands-on with the animatic, but
wish I was. I should learn.
Yeah, animation is its own beast. So the next thing I looked at, and actually would make a really great I think animated show is Groom Lake, and so that's
this is like a real retrospective right now. Damn.
Yeah, well, this is I've been following you, man, and Groom Lake specifically. I got Moon Lake, and I was just like, hey, wait a minute,
yeah.
What's going on here? And
Groom Lake was meant to be like a weird X-Files riff, like serious. And I told the writer Chris Ryle, no, it just you need poodles and you need chain smoking gray aliens.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Make it funny, make it amusing, because you can't do X-Files straight. Because if you try it serious, it'd probably fall flat. So have fun with it instead. So it was pretty good.
So you got chain smoking gray aliens, and we have in Moon Lake we have blunt smoking gray aliens. So
were we doing this at around the same time? I'm sorry, man. I didn't write this one. I just drew what I was told. So
no. Hey, great minds think alike. I think it's it's the zeitgeist. There's a reason that we are obsessed with these men on the moon, and Groom Lake. That's a real thing. Area 54, man. I mean, I love that it's conspiracy. I love that it. Yes, it's fun and it's dark comedy, but it also like takes you down the rabbit hole, and I love that.
Some people think they're ruling us right now. They're in government, apparently. I don't know.
Right this second. So, and the other one I got into was Wormwood, and
I like that one. I actually did get that one.
Yeah, Wormwood.
Yeah, that one's for me. That's just me being stupid.
Well, you being stupid is.
I call it stupid humor for smart people, not smart humor for stupid people. It's definitely stupid humor for hopefully smart people.
Yeah, but you take on politics. I mean, it's like, and that's another one. Yeah. I appreciate that one a lot.
I just finished the next one of that too. So.
Oh, cool. Wow.
It's not out yet, but I just did it myself.
It's such a tease.
I love your covers, man.
I do it all through my fan club, so no one else sees it yet. So, fan club Patreon. So essentially a fan club for cool people.
So I got to put a shout out to Ben McCool and Heidi McDonald, because Ben McCool and Heidi McDonald actually brought me to both of these artists, brought me to Ben and to Simon. And Ben was doing some contributing writing work on Brooklyn Gladiator, and I was looking for an artist for that, and I came across Ben's book Choker, and I thought, oh my god, I want Brooklyn Gladiator to look like this. And so that's how I got in contact with Ben. I said, hey, do you want to do Brooklyn Gladiator? Actually, you and I've tried to work with you a couple times. We have another thing called the Purple Gang, which is like about 20 gangsters, and we'll get to these. It's like it's all about.
I said yes to you about 3 times. I think.
I know.
I can't quit you.
The Purple Gang sounded like fun.
Yeah, it is fun, man.
Still do that.
Yeah, we're still
you should
figuring
still
that out. Yeah, we're as a TV show, as a comic book. So then, our schedules crossed, and then I got Simon. Simon was doing Brooklyn Gladiator, and then finally Ben was like, I'm available, and I was like, well, what about the prequel to Brooklyn Gladiator? And we got Fishkill out of Ben Templesmith. I'm so proud of this book, because it's I'm known for comedy, and there's not a lot of comedy in this. This is it's a dark noir, modern noir.
But it's crazy. He's crazy.
Yeah, he is crazy.
So it still punches those notes, sort of thing.
Yeah, he's a complex character, Fishkill, and he looks like Frankenstein on the outside, and in a lot of ways he's Frankenstein on the inside. He had a rough childhood, and he went into the Army, got into remote viewing and MK Ultra projects, and they tore his mind apart and then put him back together and then put him on the streets in New York, and then he becomes this detective. And a lot of times he looks like just like, who is this monster? But he's the smartest guy in the room. And so you hand over, you write something and you hand your work over to somebody, and you really hope that they're going to, bring it off the page and add their genius to it, and you hope that the alchemy really works. And I must say that it really works with this book. I mean, I'm talking, I'm patting myself on the back, but I've had this. A lot of people really are loving this book, and you really rose to the occasion here, Ben. And
you had a pretty easy script to figure out, like because of your background, what to hit. Wasn't overly descriptive, but the dialogue was what made it so to guide me to what to draw. So it was good. Your dialogue is really fun. So.
And you draw these characters that have a lot of emotion, and it's very cinematic. So you had a good time doing it. Will you, if schedule permits, will you do more, please? Will you? Because I
wouldn't say no. I'm just doing 3 things at once, but I can always do it slowly. But I don't know. But yeah. I mean, if you ever want me back, I mean,
the demand is there. The demand is there.
When does your schedule open up, man?
That's cool.
When does your schedule open up? Right here, right now. I want to know.
Well, there's something I can't say publicly. Nothing about you guys or anything. About something I might be doing soon. But what I normally I'm doing 3 things. I am literally doing 3 things at once right now. So I do them, and that's not saying no. That's me saying yes. Just add it to the list of it gets done slowly. Because I'm learning. I'm relatively slower the older I get, slightly slower, but I still have the ambition. So I'm doing like 2 or 3 pages a week of each one of the things I'm doing. So
your process, by the way.
I'm open. It just depends. As long as you don't want
to work digitally.
Can we talk about any of those 3? What are you working
on? One is a comic that I'm about to launch on Instagram.
Okay.
It'll be for Instagram first before it's ever collected. I have stupid ideas, right? Weird ideas.
Interesting. No, I got it. That's cool. You're using
another one. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Image will pick up at some point. But it's a long promised thing. I promised a writer I'd work on. He had it written for like 2 years ago. And the third one is the one that's dedicated for my Patreon fan club. So none of them are commercial jobs as yet, but they're all ongoing. So, which is mostly how I work now. Anyway, I don't just go, hey, but I never say no to people going, hey, we'd like you to do this. I'm like, okay. But most of them are more self-generated that way, or with another person self-generated. Kind of, Fishkill is that way, really. But yeah.
Your process, by the way, is do you leverage any digital stuff, or are you just all hand paint, draw?
I'm laying pages out right now.
Look at that.
For the Instagram one. No, it's 80% real, 20. I just colorize it a bit in digital.
That's what I love. Like we were talking about that. Like I love that you and Simon both, like, there's that tactile. Like, you guys draw, you put the colors and everything down, and then go to digital. Where it's like, how do you like, what do you feel about all these new digital tools coming up with Procreate, and just how a lot of the audience is going more digital?
Well, do you guys, you've heard of a guy named Dave McKean?
Yeah.
He did all the Sandman covers. Remember Sandman? Yeah. So like, I got in through that and realized you could do all this crazy stuff with Photoshop when I was young. So I was like literally not one of the first, but in the very first wave of people using the computer to augment your outside of the traditional coloring, which you just switched to computer with like Image Comics,
I used Corel Draw at the beginning.
Yeah. But then I never changed. So now everyone's using these fancy tablets and drawing directly, and I've never done that. I've stayed the same. I have a tablet. I've never used it, but I don't want to do. I like real shit. You still can't replicate real, and I know what I enjoy. So
yeah, my tablet right
draw.
here. But I like it. It's just there's like the tactile stuff when I'm going to like draw and stuff. It's sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's a pain.
Can you guys please nag me because I need to send you guys some original artwork? So
I'm gonna nag you after this then.
I owe you guys some original artwork. Well, I owe you a lot, but I owe you.
Let me ask you a question. Hey, Justin, when
if you'd like it, obviously.
I owe you.
I would love it.
Justin, when absolutely. Justin, when does the Fishkill trade come out?
Fishkill trade comes out 5/18/21, the day after my birthday, May 18th.
Hey,
that's
exciting.
That's the big one.
5/18/21. I'm
gonna write that.
Happy birthday in advance, Justin. Yeah. So hey Ben, do you think that you can get us a wraparound or a new cover in time for the trade?
Yeah, I was gonna try. I was trying to hopefully have it done before this, but I need to get you something.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Honestly, man, you should get Simon to do the cover. Simon's got a lot of copies. Simon's amazing. He's a legend.
I got him doing covers.
I'll give you an image anyway.
I'm doing covers for. He's doing covers for Brooklyn Gladiator, but
yeah, we want Fishkill to all be you, like just that cool wraparound. Okay. It's gonna be on Simon and Schuster, by the way.
Yeah, Simon and Schuster. So it's gonna be out there.
I'm not gonna say a proper publisher, but like, you know, like the big boys of the real world.
By the way,
Heavy Metal stepped up.
I'm contemplating. Ben,
because that's a big one to push that I'll be able to tell people about forever.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
but also initially,
nice, the nice thing is that we like, you know, Heavy Metal just did this great deal with Simon and Schuster. So our trades, everything that Dan's doing, Fogler's fiction, is going to be going through Simon and Schuster like properly. So it's going to be rad. We're excited. So
it'll be in bookstores too, so I can tell people go out and get it.
Yeah, man.
That's really good. That's awesome.
Awesome. And okay, so let me ask you a question, pal. When did you like first realize that you had talent? Like, was there somebody that said to you, like, man, you got to keep at this? Like, you know, I remember I had some high school teachers that said to me and they stuck with me forever. And I'm wondering, I always ask people, who was that person?
Was this for me?
Yeah, that's for you,
Justin.
No, you're a better artist than me.
Oh,
you're the spotlight.
No, we've all got talent here, man. My parents never discouraged me. I guess I had a high school art teacher that was pretty cool, and they saw I was cool, good. But mostly I just did it on I'm all self-taught, so I just didn't have a social life and just practiced in my bedroom when I should have been out having fun. And no, I gave up because I didn't get in to like Marvel or anything. So I was looking into becoming like applying for like the Australian version of the CIA, like that, cool. Or like the military or a cop or something. It's just something like that does something for the community, sort of thing,
Yeah.
But it's
like
and then as soon as I did that, I got asked and heard back from Todd McFarlane on my first thing. So it's like, oh, okay, I'll do that then. And then then the career was like that.
Yeah, that was Spawn, right?
Hellspawn. It was like the sister book at the time. I took over from Ashley Wood on the second Spawn book at first. So and I did that for a while, and then straight into 30 Days a Night because the writer was the same guy, Steve Niles. So
amazing.
Yeah.
So first time you send your art, you're like, yeah, maybe I'll try this. And McFarlane is just like, yeah, I like your stuff. Like that's.
I was waiting for approval. And then 9/11 happened because I'm old now. So it took an extra couple of months to go. Oh, okay, you got the job. It's like, yeah, they'll be taking a while to get back to me because 9/11 was.
Oh man.
Stopped everyone for a while. So
yeah.
But yeah, I'll never forget that. So.
The universe, like, just being like, yeah, do you really, really want to do this? Be patient. It's like,
some little kid in Australia. So it's like, ooh,
What was it like working with Todd?
Well, I didn't work directly with Todd. Todd basically just likes artists.
Yeah.
He just says, "Do what you want."
That's awesome. But that's good too. They get that freedom.
He's like, "Do what you want," but kind of like the writer has a script, And I'm like, because I do try to follow script because script is important because that's like, you can add little, but yeah. I'm a little different school of thought than Todd probably, but no, he gave me my first job, so can't get better than that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, he was great.
We got Simon Beasley up next, and
say hi for me too, because I love Simon.
Oh, we will. He'll watch this and he'll see your regard.
It's rad to have the two of you on these.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude! How rad! I mean, okay, it's a dream come true. Dream come true for me. Dream come true for me because I grew up, reading Simon and was a huge fan of you and just being able to work with you guys. It's just like, it's amazing to have 3 titles with heavy metal. I want to say that I mentioned in the next interview I bring up Dan Didio, but I really meant Paul Dini. So, but you can see how I messed that up. And Didio Dini. Yeah. But we got Simon Beasley up next. Stay tuned for that. We're gonna show a trailer of Brooklyn Gladiator. And I want to thank Ben Templesmith for coming on. Ben, you're awesome, man, and I hope that we continue to I want you to be the artist on Fishkill. We got a lot to do. However, whatever pace you want to do it, you're the guy. We want to stick with you for as long as we humanly possibly can because we
I'm definitely around for it, man. If you want.
Awesome.
I have a low opinion of myself, so you'll have to prove to me you're not like joking that you think I'm good. So goodish.
Oh, it's amazing.
No, I'm proud of it, man. Actually, that's my favorite cover.
This came out last week. Last week. So.
Where's that other cover that you did for Brooklyn Gladiator, which I love, which is like still in the running?
Yeah,
that's actually one of my favorite images that came off. It's like, I'm glad. I've still got a couple of copies, so.
This is still in the running for the trade. I love this. And that's an idea, man. Maybe we have you do the cover for Brooklyn Gladiator and Simon does the cover for Fishkill. We'll
Simon's got to do Brooklyn Gladiator.
Well, you know what we do have to do?
I like that image. That's my only image you could stack up to Simon Bisley, potentially.
I think we got to do next is we got to do another Fogler's Fiction or something like that and get all 4 of us on. So just get you and Simon in the same chat.
Oh, yeah, I miss Simon.
With swearing aloud.
We didn't have you on. Didn't we have you guys together on Fogler's Fiction Fest? Were you there? No, we didn't.
You were down trying to get. You guys were down in Cali. You're looking for places to live in California, right?
I was.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have to definitely do that. I want to thank WonderCon. I want to thank Heavy Metal. Check out Fogler's Fictions, www.foglersfiction.com. You guys have any websites you want to plug or anything before we go on to Simon?
That's all Fogler's Fictions. That and Ben. This working with you guys is awesome. Working with Dan has been amazing. Working with Ben and just you guys are all like professionals and amazing artists and creators.
Where can people find you guys?
Let's be honest, I'm quasi-professional. But
you can find me at just Justin Mohlman. That's just use my social media.
Awesome. And Ben, where can people find you?
I'm templesmith.com or Templesmith on Patreon with my Squid Army fan club thing where all my projects actually are, except Fishkill. And whatever website that the collection of Fishkill is going to be on that you can easily grab it. Will it be on Amazon and it'll just be everywhere, right? So people can just search Fishkill everywhere soon. Or pre-order it. They can pre-order the trade, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
We'll be rolling that stuff out, so it'll be there for you to share. But it's exciting. Now we have all 4 of the comics out. Next thing is the trade, and then the follow-up.
It's a dream come true, man. I'm pinching myself. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Stay tuned, WonderCon viewers, for Simon Beasley up next.
December 2033. I don't have much time. Something's happening to the sun, but the system's trying to hide the changes from us. They'll do anything to keep the status quo, even block out the sky with the constant chem fog, and hypnotize us with super drugs and an endless feed of mindless entertainment, all enforced by a nanite-enhanced police department trained to kill first and never ask questions. I'm John Miller, running for my life. You may not know it yet, but I'm humanity's last hope. And I'm getting the hell out before the whole shit goes up in flames. They call me the Brooklyn Gladiator. Follow me if you want to live.
All right, welcome back to the Dan Fogler 40 experience at WonderCon. I hope you're having a good time. You having a good time, Justin?
I'm having a great time. Always having a great time with you.
This is the heavy metal Fogler's Fictions panel. We just had Ben Templesmith on, and we got Simon Beasley coming on, hopefully in the next few minutes here. But I wanted to talk about the spotlight this next book, which is Brooklyn Gladiator, and you know, I'm really excited to talk to you about this before we get Simon on for a second, because you make video games, right? I mean, you're in the video game world. So
yeah, 20 years now. 20 years now. So I'm at Epic Games now, but I started off on PlayStation 1. So Lego Racers. But yeah, I've done like 30 games in the last 20 years.
Okay, so you design, you animate, like what's your deal?
I'm an artist, so I do all, like, whenever you see like play a video game or even like see an animation like Pixar and stuff, I'm the one that kind of like will design the background, build it, model it, unwrap it, light it. So I worked on a bunch of Mortal Kombat games. I worked on Tony Hawk, Call of Duty, you name it. I've been at Epic for the last 2 years now, so it's rad. Like, seeing how things have progressed from PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 5, the company I work at now, we use the same tech. We provide the tech that actually the Mandalorian is now using as their virtual backgrounds. So all these virtual sets that you're seeing, and I'm actually kind of curious because I'm wondering when you're going to start using virtual sets for your movies. So it's basically, there's no green screen anymore. You're walking in and you feel, when I was at Epic last, there's a room where you can just walk in and it feels like there's like a warehouse going back, like Raiders of the Lost Ark. And it's not, it's just a small room, but the digital screen makes it feel like it goes on. So I think you're going to love it. Like, I remember when you took me on set over for Fantastic Beasts and you're showing me like the different sets, and I'm looking at the green screens and I'm like, Dan's got to get really creative with this because I can't see it in my head, but you can. And obviously the director helps, but when you see the digital sets that, you know, are coming out that Mandalorian's using, and these other, like the new Batman's using it too, it's crazy. It's like you feel like you're in those areas. You're going to love it.
Well, yeah, Fantastic Beasts is a combination of, you know, they build the sets, which is like old school, romantic, big Hollywood movie. And then they have like pieces of it that are green screen, meshed in. And so it's a combination. But yeah, I heard that on The Mandalorian, they had a producer walk on set the first season. And he was looking around. He was just like, what is this? I thought we were trying to, you know, work on a budget here, man. This is out of control. And then like Favreau goes to the side and like flips a switch. And then the guy realizes, oh my God, he's actually in this, like, man, a blank room. And he's just like, oh my God, this is brilliant.
It's crazy because you'll see some guy literally on the side with a computer, and the director can be like, hey, let's make it look like it's sunset instead of like dusk. He literally changes the light real time in the computer. You see it change all around you. And he's like, well, can you bring that mountain closer? And just drags an editor, brings it closer. It's crazy. Like, it's
Hitchcock with pants. Oh my God. We're not allowed to curse. Okay.
Right.
That was, I don't know how many.
Hitchcock would poop himself.
I'm gonna do my best. Not to curse, but yeah. I grew up in Brooklyn, man, and we got Simon coming on. So listen, there might be a lot of bleeping.
Yeah, sorry, WonderCon.
Sorry, WonderCon. So before Simon comes in, I wanted to talk about what a Brooklyn Gladiator video game might look like.
Oh man, yeah. When we first met, like it's been years ago. This is a long time in the making. There's two types of ways that I see that. I see like a cyberpunk, like third person, like just a world you can explore that would be great for Brooklyn Gladiator. Like just literally being able to be in the future that you're writing and creating and seeing how it is just immerses you. That I feel like that would be amazing. But on the flip side, it'd be really cool to see like a classic arcade left to right screen, like Dungeons, like Double Dragon, like the old Turtle Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games, like the old Simpson games were like brawler ones. That'd be badass too. So
I was thinking like it's somewhere like between Grand Theft Auto and Bad Dudes. You're bad.
Oh yeah. Are you the president's daughter's been kidnapped by ninjas? Are you a bad enough dude?
Yeah.
It's just like a giant green screen going. Do you remember that?
I feel like, of course I remember that. I sprained both calves one summer playing Bad Dudes.
Here's a fun fact about that game, and I think, and I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, someone can please correct me. I think that's one of the very first Nintendo games that had dubbed audio. So like maybe it says "Bad Dudes" because like the way that the technology works, like it literally couldn't process.
Yeah, right.
So it had like a really robotic "Bad Dudes."
Well, this would be an homage to it.
Yeah. No, I definitely, I think you're right though. Like the ability to explore the worlds that you're creating.
I mean, we got Simon in the waiting room, but I think that I'd love to. I see the levels as he traverses the astral plane. So like the first level is you're on the astral plane and you're flying through the city and you're avoiding all of the scrutiny of all the 1984 cameras, watching everything. And you're getting the lay of the land, and you're learning how to use your astral skills. And then, like the next level is it's real time on this plane, and you're running through the city. And now you're really trying to avoid all the tech, where you learned while you were on the astral plane, where all the cameras were. Now you're actually avoiding it and being a ninja. And then you gain like credits and points and skill points every time you go into like a death cage match. You beat a new boss, and then you take those skin. The bosses get crazier and crazier, and the whole goal is to get enough credits so you can get a ticket out. And then as you gain more abilities, you start to get cockier, and you start to go up and start to fight the police, and then it's Neo versus versus the.
I love it too because there is there's a drug component there too, because I'm thinking like, how could you take something that if we make it look cool, like, man, you should see the tech that you are actually doing with the new Unreal 5 engine that's going to be for PlayStation 5 stuff. It gets amazing, and we can do
like in
stylized.
Like in Grand Theft Auto with like the slow-mo and the bullet time and all that, you can definitely get into hallucinations
But then what if one of the hallucinations you have, it turns back into like the old school 8-bit like Bad Dudes thing, like you're hallucinating and you're like, oh man, I'm in an old school game right now.
That's brilliant. Okay, so here's Simon.
Bring in Simon.
So here are his covers for Brooklyn Gladiator. All 4 issues are out right now on shelves, and the trade is coming out soon. Do we have the date on that?
You know what? Give me 1 second. I'll have that date pulled up for you.
These are what they look like. Mwah, mwah. They're so beautiful. This is my favorite cover right here. This is just like sums it up.
Oh yeah, that one right there. And I love. You know what I love most about the actual the covers of the books? That they feed into the story that you're walking into. It's not like a generic cover. It's like, hey, this is going to be what's going on. Oh, there's Simon.
Simon, you're sideways. There he is. doing, man? Modern technology.
He's Karen Bisley is connecting to the audio right now.
You know what? I was told not to swear.
Yeah.
You call me Karen again. You call me Karen again. Are we live? Are we live?
We are. We're recording. We're not live.
Yeah, we're recording. Yeah, can I? You know, I've been trying to. I should never have read that we're not allowed to swear.
I know.
That's all I can think about.
I know, man. I already cursed 3 times already. I can't help it. They're gonna
after this, I'm gonna have to run outside like those cartoon characters, run over the hill and go, yes.
Right. You start cursing into a bottle.
The thing is, though, if I can't swear, that takes out like 90% of the things I'm going to say. So
I know.
What have we got?
Short interview, man.
let's just try and sell the book and then just swear the rest of the time.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So it's just like.
Wait, why do we know? Why do we have swearing? Why do we have swearing sections?
Yeah,
they can be snipped out nicely. Look at Dan going, oh Christ! I mean, oh God! I mean, like what have I done?
Yeah, we'll have like little.
Is Simon taking over? No, don't worry, I won't. Carry on.
No. It's just I love it.
It's for you. You'll have a little.
I did want to touch base. Dan, the Brooklyn Gladiator trade, Simon & Schuster. It's going to be 7/20, so July 20th, and that's going to have all sorts of fancy stuff. It's not just the 4 issues. Remember, we're going to have some extra surprises.
No, we're actually adding the content from the prequel, which is volume 0, and that's got the Glenn Fabry cover. Listen, I got to work with my heroes on these books, man, and you know, we were just talking about this cover here. This to me is just like sums up the whole book right there. And I love this this cover here. Well, hold on, this is probably my favorite out of all. This is the first image that was sent to me by Simon.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we got away with it then. Obviously.
No. I mean, we're gonna use all this stuff, man. I mean, this is gonna show up in the trade for sure. I love this image. It's you got the Statue of Liberty back there. Its arm poking out of the water. You know, it's.
Well, you were very specific about what you wanted in that one, so I think it was important, and we got it right. Took some time, but.
I appreciate that, man. You know, I try to give as much or little direction because I know that I'm dealing with talent who has been very talented people here who have been in the business for a long time. So I just give enough and
but Dan, you said to me, Bisley, if you don't get this as I want it, you ain't gonna get paid. You said.
Right. I was so demanding, right?
A cent, not a cent. It was good to hear from you and get that gig. It was a good gig. I think in particular you kind of know. I think you're of the same mind, of the same type group of people have that sensibility. You know, that kind of take on things. So
I mean,
you knew exactly what to do. You know what to.
Yeah, it's an homage. I mean, look at him. I mean, he's like.
I gotta grab mine real quick.
It's like Bruce Willis and Schwarzenegger had a kid, you know. It's like so. The whole thing is it's an homage to the '80s and the '90s. And I thought, I was like, why don't I get one of my heroes who wrote stories that I read in the '80s and '90s, Lobo, and I mean specifically, Bite Me, Fanboy. Okay,
I like this cover. I like the yellow.
That's a good one.
I like this dude in issue 2 and issue 1. That big butt guy.
Yeah.
He's good. I just plus the yellow. Like I love it when you actually throw in like these brighter colors. Like the pops of colors that I see in the art that you do is.
Well, it's the only color I had that I could use for a background. I run out of all other colors, so yellow just seems to be. Thank God, yellow worked. You know.
Well, here's a question.
Hey, you know what? I got this theory of like if a cover's not working, just stick in a yellow background and pops immediately.
Yeah.
You know.
And when you're doing your artwork, because I feel like it's 2021, we're getting to more of like people are using like Procreate tablets and all that stuff. You're still doing everything by hand and like drawing it in, coloring it old school. Like, look at your art desk. I can see it right there. This is very digital.
Yeah, well, it's very important. Well, there you go. I mean, this is my.
It's crazy. I love that. That's what gives it that style. Look at that.
Well, the thing is, I'm hands-on. The most important thing is, though, guys, the most important thing, and I just don't understand why some people don't do this. Continue to do what I would call real, art in the sense that it's like you feel it, touch it. All art is real, regardless. Even computer-generated artwork is still real art, of course. But the thing is, I don't understand why you want to throw money away, because if you have an original piece of artwork, you have 50% of your earnings is with the original piece of work, and you can only go look at the sales, how much piece of artwork is worth these days. You know what I mean? But if if it's computer generated, then it's just in effect in the ether. Right. And you already have as a print. You have the first print of it. But I'm not knocking it, but I'm just saying I'd rather have real art. You can really stick on a wall and da-da-da. You got it.
Yeah, tangible. I dig that, man. Okay, so I was looking at some of your influences, and one of your influences is one of my favorite artists is Frank Fazeta.
Of course.
And
great Frank.
The great Frank, and you had it. You had a run on Death Dealer, right? Is that out there?
That's right. Well, yeah. Was with Danzig, Glenn Danzig.
Yeah.
And I met Frank. And worked with him. Of course. I mean, that goes without saying. If no one knows who Frank Frazetta is, look at Frank Frazetta, and it's going to blow you away. And that's why, I mean, it's interesting because people looked at my work and then they discovered Frank Frazetta, and they found out who my influences were. I mean, Frank had his influences, but that painting style is something that it goes way back to Michelangelo, Da Vinci, those guys. Even before that, very traditional, but it works every time. But so I mean, the thing that's what I like about Frank's is just his sheer raw power, the sheer rawness of it. He can smell, he can touch, he can feel it, and it's very convincing. So you're in the Frazetta Club. Who doesn't like Frank, huh? Jeez.
I love what he did because it always reminded me when I go see art growing up. I loved the Renaissance, and just whenever I saw Frank's stuff, it was like comic books to me meets Renaissance art. Seeing like the light studies and like everything just felt like just on another level, unbelievable. Like it made me think that I'll shoot that could have existed.
That was you, man. That was on you. That was on you.
I got two. Okay. We need to have like little dings in the bottom.
A little tally going. So the reason why one of the reasons this is so special for me. I mean, it's just so special to have 3 titles out with heavy metal on shelves, and to have one of the first heavy metals I ever had a cover from Simon. Simon, you are connected to all of the main influences that I had. You did a run on you basically drawn you did Batman, you've done you drawn,
I'm a slut. Is that a word? I'm a slut. I go where the money is, and I'm quick. I learned to go quick because the quicker I can paint, the faster I get paid, and I get more money. So
there you go. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Mutant Ninja Turtles was like one
working
of
my
with
fantastic. Yeah, working with Kevin, he's an amazing. He's such a great storyteller, a visualist, and sequential artist. He's superb.
Yeah,
and he comes to the same. He likes the same kind of. He likes Frank. He liked Corbin. He liked Kirby. All that kind of stuff we liked.
That's
so it translates.
Man. So this is you branch out into all of these different genres that I grew up on, and it's just a pleasure to have you working on the book. So do you guys miss Comic-Cons? I mean, is this weird?
I miss it, man, because that's usually like I've seen you a couple times outside of Comic-Cons. We've hung out, Dan, but
we met at a Comic-Con. We met, right?
Yeah. It's San Diego Comic-Con to me is always the best. You just see everyone kind of like
I really hope they come back. I enjoy, but Simon, do you miss that stuff or I mean,
I miss that stuff because all my friends, in effect, are from shows. People, I don't use the name fans. They're just friends, associates, and they're friends. People who come to visit me, they tell their friends. As far as I'm concerned, well, they don't always have to be friends, but fundamentally, I mean, I've seen families grow up and they have kids and they've all grown up and they got married, and we'll become friends. We exchange numbers, we hang out and things, and we have other interests in music and art and comics and everything else. So it is a great community. And I was just thinking today, I knew this conversation would come up. I'm thinking, how different is this compared to like San Diego?
Yeah,
where you couldn't move 2 feet, you couldn't move an inch.
Yeah.
I mean, but these times will come back.
Dan does make a really good entrance at San Diego Comic-Con. If you've ever been in the heavy metal booth, he's got a reputation on Sundays for just standing on top
drinking.
Drinking uncontrollably and cursing. No, I do. I like to stand up. I like to stand up and give away free merchandise. I like to do that kind of
thing. Drinking and standing up on tables goes hand in hand, doesn't it? And throwing free stuff, money and comics.
Yay. Okay, so let me ask you something. What was like your craziest Comic-Con experience? Do you have like one?
This is this is shit pure adult content probably. Involved a lot of the things you can imagine. I think it's just it's all pretty much full on. As always, I mean, I think just how full on some of it was, where there was literally no sleep, no rest.
Yeah.
It was just a party from beginning to end. It was non-stop and hanging down the gaslight in the field, the bar, the field. I love the field in San Diego.
You ever been
hang out there?
You ever been to Dragon Con?
I don't know which is that. Which is have I? I don't know. I can't remember. Maybe I had.
Dragon Con was in Atlanta.
Atlanta. No, but not been there. No.
And it was just nonstop party.
Yeah.
It was just
not anymore though, Dan. Not anymore. No, not anymore. No, we can't do. We can't. Not now. We got to slow down.
You know what? We were ahead of our time. If everyone can just convert all of their like Darth Vader masks into like actual breathing apparatuses, I think we'll be okay. Yeah.
Dan, what was your first Comic-Con, Dan? Or like,
wow, my first Comic-Con was probably in like New York. It's probably like a New York Comic-Con or something, and I was probably like 10, and it was like back when it was, just still mostly comics, and where it was like actually like a Comic-Con, and I've seen the whole progression, when Star Wars came in, and then it's just like everything just blew up.
Oh my God, that's going back, isn't it? Jeez.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It is incredible. Okay.
Do you think that? Here, go on.
No, go ahead.
I want to ask you about comics. Do you think that? Sorry, I interrupted you there, but what the hell? I'm just going to stand up on it. Just going to stand up on a table. No, do you think? I was thinking about what we're going to talk about. But one of the things is do you believe that comics are going to survive because this onslaught? Do you think that not an onslaught, but it was pretty much considered that comics were going to die off? Books, paperback books, and books were going to die off. But I still think it seems to me pretty healthy. You see in bookshops, still got people in them. People still buying comics. What do you think? Do you think there's still a future for the actual physical book?
I think there is. I think there is. People still have that need for that tangible, thing that you were talking about earlier, Simon. Yeah. I do think that the single single issue game is hurting. I think that it may recede back a little bit, and it may just be a lot of trades for a while. I think that's where it's headed, and then once things free up a little bit, maybe the single issue game will get a little bit more exciting. But I still think that there's going to be definitely a desire for this content. People, it's nostalgic. People grew up on it. I think it's always going to be around. What do you think, Justin?
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I work in the tech world, so I'm seeing that there's a strong push for tech, especially with comic books. People trying to work on this kind of like AR component where you can actually download it and move it back and forth and see like this cool parallaxing, so you could see inside the actual rooms. But I don't think anything's ever going to replace, comics. It's kind of like you're always going to have vinyl and records because people like that tangible. And the more that I talk to musicians and people who are a fan of music, like they love Record Store Day and they love picking up that. Just like I agree with Dan. Like I think single issues this past year they're hurting just because the number of factors that go into it, like the printing, the shipping, making sure that the actual comic stores, like the stores, can hold them. There's a lot of factors that go into it, but I think Dan's right. The trades are probably going to be people are on a budget. Trades are going to be the end all be all for a little bit, but I mean, I always like grabbing, like, who doesn't like just, I don't know, just something about grabbing something that's not too heavy, that's like, it's a good weight, you can flip through it, it's got that great art that, it's fun to collect.
Do you think also that it's a really good way of bringing your work, your ideas across in a visual way, so it's a good test bed for how people react to it? Yeah, you see this would be a great movie, but anyone can do it. This is what's wonderful about anyone at any age can now do that. I say, look, I've got these great ideas, and they put it down on a piece of paper, do their own comic. They can just photocopy it, and stamp it. I mean, and just staple it together and say, look at this. This is my idea. What do you think?
Yeah,
which is a great thing.
Yeah. It's great communication format.
Simon,
business.
Simon, that's what they are. That's what they're just storyboards, but like steroids. That
Well, the things you've got
to sell an idea.
You've got all the designs. You got the backdrops. You got everything. Everything's there, and it doesn't cost anything. You don't have to do anything. It's all you just show people. Say, look, this is what it's going to look like. These are the characters going to look like this. The dialogue, the film.
Is that what you, Simon? Is that what you used to do? Like, did you used to just make? I used to do that when I was a kid. I did exactly that. I drew my own comics, and my brother wrote them, and we stapled them together, and we
only if I get paid.
Right, only if you get paid. When did you realize that you had talent? Like when?
I'll tell you what. With that question, I mean, I couldn't draw comics. Literally, I couldn't draw comics. I literally got thrown in to do it, and I had to do it, and just discovered suddenly how to draw comics. So that's why you found a lot of my work was lackluster in the storytelling. It's all about more big images, big strong powerful panels. So everything else is about getting the scene in, the big shots, the big images. I knew what I was doing was going to have an effect on people. I knew it was strong. So I enjoyed the reaction I was going to get. So I knew there was something about it that was powerful. I think I wasn't actually that good at. I wasn't very good at doing real pen and ink style comic books. I couldn't do it. I didn't know how to do it. I'd never done it. That's why I painted my first stuff. Really, more or less, because I knew I could. That's how I could be better. Or because when you're young, you just want to be the best, and you just so I painted everything to make it look as impressive as possible, just to hide the fact that I couldn't pen and ink, which I still can't. So I'm not very good. There's something got this. It's a skill. I get away with it, but there's some good guys out there with pen and inkers,
Yeah, everyone's got their strengths, man. And
yeah.
So like I remember, like I was in high school and I was like doodling and
I always doodled, yeah.
Like, did you have an art teacher that like looked at your work, or you painting something was just like, you need to continue? Like, was there something?
No. They said no. It was just the reactions I got was you're too flash. You're just showing off, more or less.
Huh.
And what are these squiggles and whirls and things? What is this? What is this? And maybe it's an English thing. I don't know, but they were very condescending, and they weren't. I don't know. Just didn't. They weren't.
Really?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And what I was doing, I mean, what I was doing is a waste of time and everything else,
But then you become like the quintessential 2000 AD and like Judge Dredd guy, and like
that's
proven wrong, man.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's the old story where my mum said, why you bought, we had the story, Dan. I don't know if you have the same one, or Justin, you have the same one when one day you come home from college or come home from somewhere and you can't find your comics because your mum's thrown them all out.
Yeah.
Oh, did that happen to you?
That happened to me, yeah.
Ugh, happens.
Number ones of everything. Happened to you, did it?
It happened to my dad.
Oh.
My dad said, because he had number one of Superman, Batman, Aquaman.
Unbelievable.
And they were beat up a little bit. And he came home during, spring cleaning, and he was like, "Where the hell are my comic books?" And my grandma was like, "They were all beat up." And then as time went on, he was like, "Do you know how much money I would have had if I had?" So then my dad was just like, "You're never throwing away your comic books. You're keeping your comic books forever." I was like, okay,
that's good.
Yeah. But then I had them all in boxes and everything, and then we had a flood in my apartment in Brooklyn. I lost half of them, and I was just sitting there like weeping over my squishy comic books. So we got a few minutes left here. And I just wanted to say, Simon, thank you for working on Brooklyn Gladiator. And I know I said, like, I want you to do more. I want you to do as much as you can humanly possible on this book. If you want to do more covers, if you want to do more interiors, there's more coming. So cool, man. If you're available, you're
no
you're
problem.
The man.
Well, thank you very much, and I appreciate the work. I appreciate the work and the money.
Well, of course, man. And so that's good and awesome. Thank you for considering continuing.
That's a pleasure.
Also,
it's a pleasure. It's good fun.
Awesome. And what are you working on now, man? I know that last time we talked to you during Fogler's Fiction Fest, and you were talking about putting yourself in a story and or some kind of like redemptive story, and then I said, why don't you do like a Scrooge thing with a ghost of future past, present, future, maybe Lobo as a character, maybe your other past. So
I'd make a good Scrooge of that kind of age where one time I might have been slain or I might have been Lobo, but now it's years go by. Now I'm Scrooge. Pardon my French.
That's all right.
Hey, so I tell you what, someone at a show, I think in Brazil, didn't know my name. A young guy, and just called me Gandalf.
Stop it.
No, he did. He said, Gandalf. We needed something, or what did he get the way move? I was like, Gandalf, but there you go.
I'm not saying you look like Scrooge, but I'm just like that. It's like that. Remember that? Didn't Didio?
I thought I did. Go on.
Someone did a story recently. I think it was it Dan Didio or someone did it where they were a character in it, and they were visited by their own characters. I just think that would be.
That's very, very interesting.
Yeah, I think
that's what Mary Shelley talked of, the monster standing there telling her the story. Or Robert E. Howard said Conan would stand there and make him write the story. I think that you could do any take on. What? What?
I can't stop. I'm sorry. Sorry, WonderCon. I can't stop cursing. I knew it was going to be a problem.
It's a good job of drinking water, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. Damn it.
I was saying it's a good job there are still comics, because it'd be really weird if you just stood up on a table just shouting and screaming without throwing anything free. But no, it's been a pleasure, man. And we'll do this again.
Gives us a purpose. Dude. So check out Fogler's Fictions, check out Heavy Metal, check out Simon Beasley, check out Justin Mohlman. Okay, so www.foglersfiction.com. You can go to the Heavy Metal site to get the books as well. Simon, is there anything you want to talk about before we wrap up? Is there anything? Hey, wait a minute.
No, I want to say thanks. Hopefully later this year, we can do some shows and hook up with people and meet all my friends, hang out and get things going again and to get the machine turning.
That'd be a delight.
Buy Brooklyn Warrior.
Brooklyn Gladiator. Brooklyn Warrior.
Gladiator, even. Find that one as well.
Gladiator. Brooklyn
the
Gladiator.
one I worked on.
Yeah, that one.
This one here.
It's good.
Simon, thank you.
All right, man. Peace.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, WonderCon. Check out Fogler's Fictions, and that's it. What are the dates that the trades are on shelves there, Justin?
July 20th is going to be the date that Brooklyn Gladiator is on the shelf, and then we have Fishkill is on May 18th, and then the first Moon Lake Special Edition is going to be June 1st, and then the second Moon Lake is September 7th, and the third one we're still working on that. We might make it Halloween. We might make it later. Let's do something fun for that.
All 4 Simon Beasley issues are out right now. Check them out. They're Beasley-licious, I must say. They're wonderful. Guys, appreciate you. Check out these gentlemen's work, and we'll hopefully see you at a real con real soon.